Yo. Welcome back to another episode of TopherTvPodcast. For everybody that's new, welcome back. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Even if you aren't new, y'all are welcome too. You know what I'm saying? This is TopherTvPodcast, man, where we talk about any and everything. Like I always say, make sure y'all get the audio-only versions on Apple Music, Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Those four things. Anybody that's been going and like downloading my podcast, I really appreciate it. It means the world to me, I'm not gonna lie. I hope everybody's been having a good day, so far. I've been pretty much just chilling today, honestly. But it has been a good day though. So let's talk about it, right? So today, scrolling on social media, just like everybody else, I seen Wallow and Gilly. Now, if you don't know who Wallow and Gilly is, they have a podcast, and they have a pretty dope little story about how they came up. I think Gilly was a rapper, Wallow, was the cousin of him. Long story short, they got a podcast that does really well, and it's very entertaining, right? And they had a brief conversation about smart, like just smart, like being smart, and basically. First of all, play the clip.
So he want to argue with me. This nut want to argue with me because I'm telling him you can be smart. He tell me, no, you got to be. I said, you know how many dudes in jail is smart? You know how many books dudes read?
Yeah, but okay. And what I'm saying is, just because you know some knowledge, don't mean you fucking smart. And you know how many smart motherfuckers out here make all the wrong, dumbass decisions. So you really not that fucking smart. Because all you fucking decisions is fucking dumb. Okay, you just here talking about, how many 3 books in prison? Okay, they did that shit because they ain't nothing else to fuck to do. If he come home and he went back to selling cocaine and went back to jail, he wasn't that fucking smart. He was fucking stupid.
No, but you mean to tell me he's still not smart because he made a bad decision after becoming smart? I don't really understand that. Smart is smart.
Smart is what the fuck you do. Not what the fuck you know.
That's what you believe?
Yes. It's a motherfucking bum up under the Ben Franklin Bridge who was #1 in his motherfucking class. He was smart as shit, made all the wrong dumbass decisions.
I know a lot of
common sense. You know a lot of smart motherfuckers ain't got common sense. You smarter than me because you could tell me how fucking far the sun is from the earth. That shit don't matter in real life. I don't give a fuck. Oh, the sun is 1.9 kabillion kilometers away from the earth. Who fucking cares? That shit don't matter in real fucking life. That shit ain't got nothing to do with fucking paying bills.
But anyway, so like you seen in the clip, it's like for me, I don't necessarily, like I know what smart mean, but in this case, it's like if you do something dumb when you have the knowledge, I don't think that makes you smart, but you also are making mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Like you made a mistake. And just because you know something doesn't necessarily make you smart. You're just knowledgeable. You see what I'm saying? But I felt like this was a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes you think. And I could be overthinking it, looking at it in the wrong, type of way. But, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that because it messed me up for a cool, 30 to 40 minutes because I'm like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? It's just like one of those things. But so I was thinking, I don't know, I always found myself like going down memory lane, honestly, just thinking about random stuff, right? And like randomly I thought about the stuff that would happen when I would do like bad stuff, right? Like I would get my head towed out the frame. And it's crazy to me because like this kind of tie in about, like us talking about like being smart. Is like as a kid I was smart, but I just did whatever I wanted to at the time. That ultimately allowed me to get my head beat in, right? So boom, story time. I don't know why, but this particular day, I thought I was a runner and a track star, right? So I don't know necessarily what I did, but it pissed my mom off to a whole other level. But the fact that I decided to run made it 10 times worse, right? So whatever I did in our apartment at the time was the crime was committed downstairs, right? And the crime allowed, I mean, not necessarily the crime, but I decided to run upstairs, right? I decided to run upstairs and hide. And there's only so many places I can go. Again, dumb. What was I thinking? I don't know. Still don't know to this day. And I decided to run upstairs and hide under the bed. Now, I'm not trying to put my mom in a bad light, but we all been there before. Especially if you have a black mom or black parent, you know what I'm saying? So, I decided to run upstairs and I went under the bed. Now we had a bunk bed, right? My sister slept on the bottom, I slept on the top. Ooh. I went up under the bed, bro. When I tell you she came up there and all I heard was feet 5 4 fum. She grabbed me by my ankle, pulled me out, and just reared back. 5 5 5 5. Just let me have it. And like to that day, like I don't think I ever ran, bro. And it's just mind-boggling to me. Cause it's like, why would I do that? Boom. Another situation where I used to get my head tore out the frame, right? Another situation. So I got two school situations. And it's actually funny. It's like my mom is the sweetest person ever. But you know, sometimes you have to, you know, apply a little force, you know what I'm saying? My mom not abusive, none of that. But anyways, so two school situations, right? The first one, I'm a little younger. I'm probably, you know, 9, 10 type stuff. So I must have talked back to the teacher, you know what I'm saying? It was like being disrespectful on some class clown stuff, trying to, you know, impress a little girl or something like that, right? So in my mind, I know like what it takes for them to like call my parent and like for me to get rolled up and stuff like that. And I never really went over the line to get rolled up. Like I never did. But this day, like I said, I would have been a class clown, wanted to tee up. Boom. So I knew that they called my mom. I knew for a fact that they called my mom. So if you ever been in this situation, you know where I'm about to come from. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they called your mom, you can enjoy like the rest of your day because you haven't got to the end of the day. But at the end of the day is when like all hell break loose because internally you were like about to lose your mind because you already know it's about to go down. So boom. I usually ride the cheese wagon. This day I did it. Mom pulled up in the car out of line. Like I say, I had a blast this day. I had a blast. Up until I knew I had to get in that car out of line. When I had to get in that car out of line, like I say, my heart dropped, my stomach and my butt, you know what I'm saying? All of the emotions negatively, right? So, boom, get in the car out of line, boom. They open the door, who call my name, y'all know how it goes. Hop in the car, mom looking ever so bright, jubilant. All of the things that means happy, any words that you can use to describe happiness. That's what she was showing me. And in my mind, it messed me up because I knew I had did wrong and she wasn't acting like I did wrong. And that's not her usual character about her son when I do something wrong in school, right? So it messed me up. So boom, we get 10 minutes down the road, we still having a good time. Boom, boom, boom. So she asked me like what I wanted to eat today, type stuff. Boom. Mid-sentence, all I feel, boom. It's like, I don't know, for me, I don't know how you drive and still manage to punch somebody with force, like driving, and that's sitting like beside you. Because like in a car, we sitting like this. Like if I'm the driver and somebody in the passenger seat, we both facing this way, right? She was able to punch me with ultimate force, and I felt every bit of it. And I was like, there will never be a day in my life where I would like try my mom on some like, I'm the big dog type stuff. Ever. because I felt that and I knew I ain't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I still don't know how she was able to punch me so hard. And I was sitting right beside her facing the same direction. That's absolutely crazy to me. And it helped me build character, honestly, because like I didn't get whoopings like my sisters, I guess just because I was a boy. But she punched the living hell out of me, I'm not gonna lie. And the second situation at school, I'm pretty sure it was along the same lines of like me being a class clown type stuff. But I really wasn't a bad kid. That's the crazy part. It's just like I would have like an itch and then it would have to get scratched that day. You know what I'm saying? And I regretted it every time. And it really wasn't a lot of times, 3 tops. But I did it, you know? So this particular day, I did get on the cheese wagon actually. So I got on the cheese wagon. So you got like a longer process to enjoy the day because you know it's about to go down, right? So this day, I'm enjoying the bus ride home, even though you hate the cheese wagon, but you like appreciate little things when you know you about to go through some stuff. So we riding, finally get to my apartment complex, and then this is called the walk of shame. So the walk of shame from the bus stop to the front door, right? So boom, I walk in, you can drop a pencil in there, can't hear nobody talking. And me, I got 4 sisters and my mom at the time. Well, 3 sisters and my mom at the time. So it's like, the house was never really quiet. It's always some weird stuff going on when you get in trouble, I'm telling you. So it's quiet. I'm walking upstairs and I hear, Chris, come here. Boom. I know what time it is because that pitch in her voice, it changed. You knew what was up. So she took a completely different approach than what she did probably like a couple years ago because I had to be like maybe 13 at this time. So I go upstairs, she's like, come here, let's talk. So she sat me down on the bed, but like this was a stern talking to. She telling me, I'm sick and tired of you showing out at school, blase, blase, blase. So boom, if you know my mom, she's really religious. Not really, really religious to the point to where like, you know what I'm saying, I can't listen to a Chris Brown song or nothing like that, but it's like she know God, she know her faith, right? So I decided on the bus that I was gonna take a different approach because I knew I was about to get my head beat in and tell her like the devil had got a hold of me. When I tell y'all that had to be one of the worst decisions that I ever made in my life because I literally didn't think it through. I really just did not think it through. And like I said, it was the dumbest decision because this is how it played out. Boom, she gave me stern talking to. I'm looking at her, knowing what I did, accepting my faith, accepting my fault, knowing that I did wrong. And she, grabbed the belt and it would go time. So boom, boom, boom. 2-3 licks in, I say, wait. Mom, I'm sorry, but I think it's just the devil got hold of me. Her next response was, and I'm finna beat the devil out of you. And oh boy, she went to town. She went to town like she ain't never went to town before. And when I tell y'all, that was the worst decision I ever made in my life. I honestly probably still think I got whelps from that to this day. It's crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. Man, look, I say all that to say, look, as we reflect on all the beatdowns we used to get, and honestly, I do think it was out of love, but it did not feel like love back then. I can't say that it was love back then. But now, like, I appreciate it because nowadays some kids need to do that, and it's mad parenting styles out there. I get it, and sometimes like different approaches is like okay for different situations, you know what I'm saying? But every kid can't be parented the same way, or every kid can't be parented different. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes you gotta pop them legs, make them, feel you a little bit. And no, I don't condone, child abuse or anything of that nature. But it's just like sometimes other things get across. Maybe it's like the product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. But like I say, I was just reminiscing, going down memory lane, and boy, I do not miss that. I'm glad I didn't grew up. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately start making better decisions. But on the let's talk about it part, let me know how y'all feel about that, because I sit and ponder, contemplate it, trying to figure out, you know, how I feel about that, you know? And also, like, getting off my chest, it's okay, you know, for you to grow as a person, and like change is inevitable. So like in your new change, like grow. You know what I'm saying? The same way that I had to grow up from making those decisions. I guess like all of this like tying in together today. So change is inevitable, and make sure that you grow. You grow from different things in your life that happen, and understand that change is inevitable. Facts. But look, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of TV Podcast, man. Look, we dropping. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungrier than ever. You know what I'm saying? And we working for sure. Make sure y'all get the audio only on Topher TV. Oh my God, look at me. Hope y'all get the audio only versions on Apple Music Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and the podcast is Topher TV. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Let me know how y'all feel. I think we can, you know, all relate in some shape, way, or form. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all subscribe, show mad love, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.